Happy 4th of July weekend Monday, everybody. This is a Meet the Nation Monday. That's an episode where I call somebody who listens to the podcast, ask them a little bit about themselves, get to know them a little bit better. And today we're calling Joe Hardin. If you want to do one of these episodes, just email me at 10junkmiles@gmail.com. If you've already emailed me, you're in the list and I'll get to you eventually. Happy 4th of July, man. Here's Joe Hardin.
Junk miles.
10 junk miles.
Junk miles.
Whew. Lots of noises today.
Hello?
This better be Joe Hardin.
Yeah, this is him.
Standing by and ready to rock.
Hey, what's up, Scotty?
How are you?
Good, yourself?
Oh, I can't complain. Working hard, living the dream, trying to get some shit done before I go out of town for the 4th of July weekend and so on and so forth.
Oh, nice. Cool.
Where am I calling? For the listeners, where are you?
I live in a small town called Lebanon, Indiana, just north of Indianapolis, Indiana.
All right. And what do you do down there in Indiana?
I am a research and development technician, and I'm also a junior design engineer. I do like engineering support.
Like
in,
for what?
Yeah, in research and development.
For anything, just randomly, or for specific products?
Mostly defense contracts.
Okay. Very nice. And also podcasting.
Also podcasting, yeah. Podcasting, and I write too for the same platform. Run Try Bike is the name of it.
Nice.
And the podcast is called Beyond the Finish Line.
Beyond the Finish Line. And I can put a link to that in the show notes as well.
Yeah, thanks.
You've been doing that for a while, looks like. You're doing a lot of them. Let's just say that.
Yeah, doing a lot of them, but fairly new. But once I got the opportunity, I kind of hit the ground running because I want to talk to a lot of people in this world, in the trail running world especially.
Yeah, it looks like lots and lots of episodes.
Yeah, quite a few.
So do you record them like on a daily basis, or do you just bank them and put them out every so often?
I usually go live and then every other Thursday and then release them that following Sunday. But if I have someone that I really, really want to talk to, I kind of break my own rule and just get them on whenever I can. Everybody's so busy, I kind of have to work around. As you know.
Yeah, people don't realize that scheduling is just so much of podcasting. It's ridiculous. They're like the tip of the iceberg. Just, as you know, like you just see a little glimpse of it, but all the work that goes in just trying to get all the pieces together is half the battle. Yeah. Well, and so like last night I did my fun podcast, my music one, and we got like maybe an hour into it, and then I fucked something up, and then because I told them, I said, listen, I got to put this out today because I put that show out on the 15th and the last day of the month, and or the 1st and the 15th basically.
Oh yeah.
And the guy's like, well, how long does it take you? And it's like a 3-hour show. So it's 3 hours to do, and then it's maybe like an hour to put it up. But I said, if there's any edits, that's another fucking half an hour per edit, And then like halfway through the show, somebody fucks something up, and I'm like, I'm gonna have to edit that. So that was up till 2 a.m, just to put this thing. And it's just for fun. There's like no money. There's no nothing. There's like 5 people listening to that show. It's just an excuse to buy records and talk to my friends. But it's just so much. That's why I'm glad I don't do a lot of editing, because that would just make my life miserable.
Oh yeah.
Do you do any of that for yours? Mine
has almost no editing at all whatsoever.
Yeah, that's the way to do it.
So yeah, I just figure if I screw up, it's just, I guess there it is, Maybe that makes me more relatable. I don't know. Or it just makes it terrible. I don't know which one. But.
Well, people bitch about sound quality, but I've never gotten an email that says, hey, you need to start editing this show. Like I've never heard that. I've just heard the sound is shit. You need to fix that.
Yeah. Mine has been terrible, but I'm obviously I'm getting better. I'm just learning, but
it takes so long. I think it took me like 3 years before I felt like I knew what I was doing. Yeah, I'm flying pretty blind currently. I'm just like, I guess I'm doing all right. But
Yeah, well,
seems to be going good.
Well, what's your motive? Why do you do it?
I just kind of like talking to people like me. I'm just like a regular, I'm a regular back of the pack runner, and not to like diminish the elites, because like I love seeing Jim Walmsley's and Courtney DeWalters, but it's like when I go, when I run an ultra, I'm in the back with everybody else, and it's like when it takes you twice as long to do an ultra, that then you're learning stuff about these people along the way. And it's just like, now here's the story, like it's just so much good is happening back there. And then wildly enough, I was thinking about launching a podcast anyways. And then Run Try Bike, approached me, and they're like, hey, would you like to do a podcast for our media company? I'm just like, yeah, like, sure. Like, I can't believe you'd ask, but, I was obviously honored. But
so then do you get to pick who you're interviewing and all that stuff, or do they do that?
Yeah, I do get to pick who I interview, and, kind of basically they gave me autonomy. I just, I get to write about what I want, and I get to talk to who I want. And, it's on their platform, but it's pretty cool. I mean, yeah. I don't have to do a lot of the hard work that they do, and they do a lot of the marketing. It's a pretty good deal. Really, all I have to do is talk to people and get to know people. Like that's what I love to do anyway. So
yeah, that's beautiful. If you don't have to do all the other shit, that's a lot of work too. That's another whole job.
Yeah, I could only imagine.
Nice. But, all right. So tell me your running story. Your 2 minute. Well, how'd you get into it, and where are you at, and what happened?
Okay, I can condense this. So I am now, I guess, going on 5 years sober. For my first year sober of sobriety, we went out for my sobriety birthday. I started feeling healthier. We went to this Mexican restaurant down the street, and there's a gym next door that my wife goes to. She's like, hey, for your first year sobriety birthday, let's get you a gym membership. So I'm like, yeah, like I'm ready. I'm starting to feel better. I want to, maybe look better. And then we go in there. I get a gym membership. I go in the next morning at like 5 a.m. I start walking my treadmill. Right around October, I saw a flyer for a turkey trot, and I was just like, hey, I had this like crazy idea. Do you think we could do a 5K on Thanksgiving? My wife's like, yeah, like that's great. That's a great goal. So we knock out the 5K. After it's said and done, I was just like, man, like that was fun, but I actually missed training for it. So I think right away we looked at doing the Indy Mini. That was awesome, but same thing. It's the race day happened. It's over. It's like, well, I missed training. So I took a big jump and went to 50K. It was a big trail 50K. But in the meantime, I kind of got bored, and I signed up for like a Prairie on Fire backyard. So I kind of inadvertently did my first ultra at a backyard that year. And, I went from that to 50 miles at a backyard. And now I just did 100K a few weeks ago, the Momofo down in Morgan Monroe State Forest in Indiana. It was brutal, like almost 9,000 feet of vertical over 65 miles because I got turned around in the dark. And that's kind of my condensed how I got into running. It didn't happen until I was like 38 years old, so I'm kind of a late bloomer in that world. But
very nice. And what's next?
I've got some 8 hour. I got an 8 hour thing at Butler. I'm doing the 12-hour timely nonsense for Cuss running in Chicago, actually.
When's that?
Oh, shoot. I can't remember the date.
Okay.
I know it's in September because it's right around the same time I have another backyard. And then I'm doing like the Pine Tum 24-hour in Dixon, Illinois. And then I'm doing the IT 100 this year, my first 100-miler in October. Yeah.
Indiana's in October? I thought they moved it. Oh, no, they moved it from April to October.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So I was going to try to get into no business, but I was like number 200 something on the
waiting list. Like, all right, that's not going to happen. And plus I heard it was just like a real brutal 100-miler. So I wanted to pick something close, and at least if I DNF, I don't have to drive too far home. So I picked something relatively close and kind of mild for a first 100-miler.
Well, this Timely Nonsense looks like it's September 15th.
Yeah. Because I know I've got a backyard the weekend before, and then I'm doing Timely Nonsense with Chad Sullivan, who I think you guys were in Hard Prairie last volume. So
I think we were.
He's the editor of that magazine. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm doing that with him. Actually.
This is the weekend. Looks like it's the weekend before the last dot standing. My last person standing.
Yeah.
I don't know. Oh, it's in California and Montrose. It's a 0.75 mile. Maybe I'll stop by there and say hi. That'd be kind of cool. Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
Oh, I was actually born in Waukegan, and I was born in Evanston General Hospital. So I'm kind of from that area. So I find any reason I can to go up there and do whatever. But
very nice. Yeah, I've never done one of her races. So I know a lot of the same people, but never been to one. I'll have to put it on the list. All right. So we did that. So how did you find out about 10 Junk Miles?
Well, it's been a few years back. It was well before trail running for me. I was just running road, and it's kind of the same thing that motivated me to do a podcast. I was looking for podcasts about regular people, and I can't remember exactly what gang show I stumbled upon, but I was just like, oh wow, they're just like, you guys are just having fun, and it's not all about, training principles and gear, and that's just kind of the vibe that I would want to be a part of, I guess. And yeah, I think that was the first running podcast I ever listened to. I was just looking for something to keep me some company, but and then after that, I kind of dove into other trail running podcasts, and so yeah, it's been